In the previous episode...
So, okay, now explain to me, dude. I felt a bit offended, literally. Cape Town boys, I thought we Cape Town boys hang together with my man over here.
But you really felt a little bit offended.
You didn't pick me.
I didn't feel like picking you. It's just one of those days, man.
The manhunt is still taking place in Cape Town, and for the solo trial, the men had to master the tango. While most of the guys struggled to find their step with 2 left feet, Jefferson Nomangoba managed to impress the judges enough to walk away with the title of squad captains. Cracks in the alliance started to show when Jefferson left out Ukimo no James from his squad in a trial where the 2 teams had to assemble a pipe puzzle to redirect water in order to access a key that unlocked a pulley system that allowed them to save a damsel in distress. Jefferson's squad was the first to save their lady from a cold watery grave, which meant Umangoba's squad had to face the music. At the judgment, there was a whole lot of finger pointing and he said, she said, but with no alliance partners to back him up, Ukimo was the 3rd person to be voted off this year's adventure. 13 men left, sexually both.
Shit, my man Kimo ain't here.
What was the reason for him leaving? Like, is there a valid reason or was it strategic?
It was all about blaming someone. No. So I don't think it was strategic. I think it was all based on blame. Like, dude, everybody started fighting. Dude, the blame. It was in capital letter.
I think judgment is like that slap of reality that tells you in a competition. It always reminds you that, okay, as comfortable as we are here, we are competing for something. And when you get voted, when you're going home, you know, and you realize you're on a competition.
All the close people that you think you got them on your back, it's not on.
Just like got pretty close to Kimo and you see him go.
Coming back was, I think, quite surprising for the winning team. Within the winning team, the alliance is there. But for us walking in, it was just a surprise to see their faces.
Yeah, but now we're gonna see who's gonna backstab now. Now the backstabbing starts, bro.
You know, the game has officially really kicked off, and that was the eye-opener when he didn't walk through. You know, we were pretty confident that it wasn't gonna happen, but we clearly did get blindsided somewhere.
The next solo trial, I want to go all out. I want to make sure that I actually give it 200%. I have to secure amnesty, just because you don't know at this moment. I don't know who's who in the zoo.
I'm completely hoping for something that requires a lot of brain power.
Right now in this game, I think it doesn't matter. You're getting physical, you're getting mental, you're getting trials that you never thought possible. I think we just have to excel, whether it's physical, mental, or we have to just make sure that we come on top.
The Bawan men are heaping towards this builder's warehouse for a solo trial in which they will race against each other to collect a range of items. It will require a lot of muscle and memory as they attempt to recall the items on an extensive shopping list.
At the end of the day, I'm just very relieved and I'm glad that I'm still here
Today, I'm just hoping that I'll get something at least that will favor me as well in terms of my ability, and I'm hoping for something that will use your own body.
Morning, gents. There are 13 of you left. Last night, the Black Squad made a judgment to vote Chemo as the third person out of the Bar 1 manhunt. The hunt continues. Here's the brief on today's solo trial. It's called Muscle Memory. When it comes to hardware, a Bar 1 man should know what they want, when they want it, without being distracted by all the marketing hype and lingo. In this trial, you are required to collect 20 items from the builder's warehouse behind you, which you must then load onto your pallet. The thing is, there's only one shopping list which will be placed outside of the store, so a good memory will come in handy to help you do things a lot quicker. The first two men to place all their items on their pallets will win amnesty at the judgment and be the two captains in the squad trial. Clear? Yeah. Let's get you into positions.
Wow, 13 of us. It's gonna be a mind thing.
Okay, gents, the shopping list is behind me and you know the rules. Are you ready to play Muscle Memory? Yes! Bar 1 man! Go! Amanye amadoda wasamosha nesikhathi ngokungena esitolo while the others take the time to study the shopping list.
When the game was first being explained to us by Hausa and got a glimpse of the top items, I was actually trying to work my way from 1 to 20. But then after we ran into the store and then you realize that item number 11 is actually aisle 2 and item number 1, aisle 38 of the store, then you need to change, you need to start thinking on your toes.
Indoda yokuqala yokuphuma with the correct item. He places it on the pallet.
Obviously going to a challenge, try to memorize what was written on the board so that you bring the whole thing. But my strategy basically was to start with the heavy stuff because I didn't want to get them last when I'm tired.
Today's trial, I didn't expect it to be that tough. Like the branding of stuff, if we had to take any brand, it was going to be simple, but we had to look for those specific brands that they were looking for.
I think everybody was trying to figure out what is it that they were going to do that was going to be different from the rest of the guys. Mine was trying to memorize more than 4 things at a time.
Jeff, you have the wrong jerry can. You'll have to go back and get the right one, my man.
Petrol, diesel, petrol, what?
Where'd you guys find the trimmers? The garden trimmers?
So what myself and Jeff decided was we're going to sort of play the tag team. So we said if we found it, just pick up 2 and we'll tag it both on both sides. It seemed to work in the beginning, but somehow I brought out items that weren't correct, and that's what sort of wasted time.
Fadim, you'll have to go back. Fadim, hang on a sec. You'll have to go back. You've got the wrong trimmer, my man. Check your list and go back and get the right one. Now with Johannes Puma joining Scotty and Jonathan with 6 items each.
As people are rushing, in and out, you start seeing what they're carrying and you try to go and look for them. The small items became tricky because with the big items you can simply see who's carrying what, and unfortunately the smaller ones were not easy to spot.
Shit, we'll go back.
Jonathan comes out with a 10-meter ladder and Zweli with a solar geyser. Scotty sekuyo hambela ngaphambili as he comes out with his 12th item, but this is still anyone's game. Johannes takes the lead, this time overtaking Scotty. Zweli now takes the lead with 15 items on his pallet. This is going to be a tight race.
In this game, I think the work guys working together.
This is the seeds here. This is also seeds. Flower seeds. Flower seeds, but what? Seeds.
But then there were guys much that were not sharing any information whatsoever.
Seeds. I'm gonna take a mental picture of it.
My strategy was to win today's solo try, so I can be safe. My plan B was to make sure that the other guys win and make sure that the guys from the Secret Brotherhood don't win, which was Jefferson, Scott as the main two members right now, and then Vadim too.
What is it? He said it's somewhere that side, needs to go deep in. So what is it called? I don't have no idea. I don't know, man. Just look at it. I'll show you where the wood is. Up, go up, and then turn right where Scotty is.
Alliances are already being made, and it's going to be very clear very soon just who's sitting where.
Johannes is now on 15. It's now between Johannes and Zwelandile, who are carrying 15 items on their pallet. Let's see how it goes.
The strategy that I had, I executed it perfectly. Constantly reminding myself that I have to run. Doesn't matter how heavy it is, doesn't matter how light it is. Continuing just to keep the speed aspect of it there.
Hayi kuyafiwa ngempela ningakhohlwa ke bafethu ukuthi only the first two are rewarded with captaincy and amnesty. Ujono uyitholile item yakhe yokugcina, and now it's a race to get to the finish line first. Jonathan comes out with his last item, which makes him the winner of the solo trial. Well done. Well done, Jonathan. Okay, Zwelandile is the second man to bring out all his items on the pallet, which makes him the runner-up of the solo trial. Well done, Zwela.
Last week, I was the last man standing in the squad trials. So from last week to this week, it's definitely another step up for me.
Well done, gents. Well done to all of you. Jonathan, take us through your game plan, man.
Going in, you know, I think most of us were asking each other, where did you find it? Where did you get it? Where did you get that?
Yeah.
And then I was a bit sneaky as well. While the guys came out, you know, I actually went and checked what are some of the stuff that I didn't have and they had.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, this is the paint. I knew exactly where the paint was because I was there before. Oh, this is the cutter. And then I went in and searched for that stuff.
Now, Zwelandile, this will be the first time you will captain a squad. How does that make you feel?
Feel good, because I was always falling short every time I was falling short to be a captain. So I want to show that there's something I can do. I mean, to do this is sort of at my work. You drive along the street, maybe you see one guy, you've seen him before. Maybe he's wanted for suspect somewhere. And then you pass by. When they ask again, you remember you saw him there, so you go and fetch him there. Same thing. So I saw the guy passing by with something. I already have something. I'll go back and fetch that thing and come back with it.
No, well done, gentlemen. You all look tired, so I would advise that you go get some rest. I will see you a bit later on at the squad trial. Well done. Stay tuned for the opportunity to win great viewers' prizes by answering a simple question later on in the episode. After the men's intense shopping spree, the conversation stays with the game and tactics.
What are you willing to do to win $1 million? I'm telling you now, there's guys that literally, doesn't matter how long I know you. Dude, if it hits the fan and I'm in a better position and you're not, it's basically, it's just like that. I'm a leader now. I've got amnesty. It's a great feeling. I know that I can do this.
The bath and everything on the back was big. I came back, I took the cement, was there.
Zweli is my roommate, and for him winning, I would assume that maybe he might choose me. So, but we'll see. He has to look at the task, and if he feels that team will make him win, he should go with that squad.
You know what you could have done, and they didn't say anything, eh? You could have taken from other Oaks things.
We have to have alliances. Take H, for example. H is here, he's still here, and trust me when I say H is going to be here for a much longer time, because he's actually grown and he's got the right guys backing him. So right now you could be the strongest, and we know what happened to Jan. So the alliances are probably more important and more key than actually winning certain trials and team trials.
And I just wonder what the challenge is going to be.
I'm hoping that we're building stuff again today, eh?
Boys, I put my head up. I'm pretty sure we're building something. Guaranteed.
Bro, this is a bar one Manhunt. It could be anything.
The men are taken to Gugulethu for a challenge elandelayo.
We're in one of the better known townships in Cape Town, Gugulethu. I think the next team trial is definitely going to be something to do with the community.
My suspicion would be we might be doing some community work maybe today using, what we were retrieving from the store.
My plan going to the squad trial, I just want to be in a winning team so that I can secure myself in this competition for at least this week.
Even though I have amnesty, I'm not going to just sit back and let the guys do the job.
How's it, gents? Welcome to the squad trial. It's time to give back to the community. And in this trial, the teams need to be good with their hands and be able to read and understand a manual. Clear? Let's pick the squads. Jonathan, I see you already dressed for the part. As the winner of the solo trial, you will be captain of the red squad. Step forward and stand next to me on the red mat.
I want to stick with the guys that I was in at the last squad trials.
Zwelandile, you were the runner-up in the solo trial, which makes you captain of the black squad. Sondela Babuzomalai Pelengwami on the black mat.
When you go out on the field, you need guys that you can trust, that you can work with. So that's the kind of guys I will need on my team also.
Let's start with you, Jono. Please pick your squad member and explain why you've selected them.
I'm picking Jefferson. The reason I'm picking Jefferson is he's got great energy, and I believe that he's a great map reader as well.
Yeah, fair enough. Solandile, your turn to take a pick.
Scotty.
Coming back to you, Jono. Make your next pick.
I pick James.
I'll pick Oz.
Debs.
Johannes.
Q.
I'll go for Bongs.
Obviously, team members are being picked upon alliances. Obviously, we might not be picking it up as yet, but that is the case. I really expect it to be picked fairly early.
Gentlemen, there are 3 men left to choose from. Jonathan, choose wisely.
I choose H.
Jono, if you can tell us why have you chosen H?
I'm trying to stick with some of the last guys that was with me in the last trial, but just trying to mix it up as well, just, with speed and wisdom and strength.
Zwelandile, there's 2 men left to choose from.
Smith.
Okay, we now have 6 men in each squad, and we are at that point where there's an odd man out. And Fadin, you haven't been selected, as you know by now that the teams have to be even. However, you will still be linked to the red squad, so if they win, you can celebrate with them, as you will be safe for another week. If they lose, you will have to join them at the judgment, where you will be up for elimination. Clear? You can go rest, my man.
Quite shocked that I actually wasn't picked. Getting this one out kinda sucks.
Okay, so here's the brief on the squad trial. There's currently not enough public space where these young ones can play their sport and stay out of the streets. So, all the material and the tools required to complete this task will be provided, and each team must build half of the skate park. The first team to complete their version of the skate park will win the trial. The losing squad will still have to complete their half of the skate park and still go to judgment, where someone will be voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, let's get you into position so you can play Leaving a Legacy.
Yes!
It's the squad trial and the men are tasked with building the vital elements to form a skate park for Ingosi zaseGugulethu. Okay, gents, you've got your material, you've got your tools. Are you ready to leave a legacy? Yes! Bar one, men, go! The black squad jumps straight into building. Got to red squad isadla amathambo engqondo.
I'm very happy that we're doing this project for the community and that we are leaving a legacy. I myself, I'm a community man working in the community, so it's always good to give back to the community.
We're going to set up here because we need to drill holes. The work's already running.
We're actually building a skate park for the young ones here. So that makes me really happy because today I got a chance to give something back to my community, using my hands.
I've helped out on a few building sites, but I don't have real experience in anything relating to building.
In the red squad, H and Jonathan handles the engineering aspects while the rest are taking vital measurements.
Hilkia's engineering skills is aiding us in terms of tactical structure and pinpoint accuracy.
My role was to ensure that the spacing between the beams was right, making sure that everything, all the pieces that we need are in order after the guys have checked them. And then basically just helping with all the assembly.
With an engineer on their side, the red squad is taking an early lead.
When I picked this team, I was looking for guys that can actually use their heads, and not just all muscle.
Black squad ungathi hamba ngonyawo lonwabo as they are still stuck on the blueprint.
The guys started panicking. They didn't quite look at the boxes right because I don't know what happened in their minds.
So now what I'm gonna do.
Ukuqala ngiqala ukwenza into njena. Ukuqala yiwa ndisho qala ukwenza amagali, checks as I grew up in that place. So making something like this so neat. It was the first time.
Yes.
Going into a challenge, I was very clueless. So we had to put our faith on Scotty because he's the one who's actually got everything covered.
We just start on the ends and we put 1, 2, we put 1.
At my shop, I'm always fixing things and putting up things and I don't know, I've used the drill a few times. My girlfriend says I can't, so when she watches this on TV, yeah, babe.
Who can handle a drill here amongst us? Guys, who can handle a drill?
Who steady hands? You got steady hands.
Go straight in. You go.
Everyone hold your hands. Everyone's got steady hands. No, because no one's shaking, so then I'll drill.
At this phase, myself, Jefferson, Q and Tabs are contributing a lot. So I'm sure I chose a winning team and we are going to win this trial, definitely.
While the red squad is in the lead, the black squad has eventually found their rhythm and is making up for lost time.
6 here and 2 in there, that's 4.
After I'd initially seen exactly what we're doing off this first platform box, thereafter, I coordinated everything. Last week I did something, I had a very similar role with the squad trial there. And it's always good to have someone sort of overseeing, encouraging, snapping up behind the guy's heels, making sure everything's neat and tidy and gets done quicker. And I was that guy again today.
We built the structure, like the box with 4 sides, and then we added in the pieces as we went on, and that's what we did with every single box.
Yeah, that's it because I was the leader, although I gave a 4-man job to Scott, because Scott understood what was actually happening.
At the moment, it just seems like everybody wants to voice something.
What I'm thinking is we're going to cover them up. So as long as we went there.
What they're voicing is good. It's in a good sense. It's all valid points and stuff like that. Everybody is working together, and I think everybody wants to stay away from judgment.
What are you guys marking?
Are you marking this? I'm trying, but my legs are...
Yeah.
Jono seems to be losing leadership of the team, losing control. He's not voicing enough, so I had to take the initiative from my leadership skills.
Listen, composer guys, we don't have to rush it, but also we need to work. We need to work, have a pace.
In the challenge at the moment, we have a few goats, guys just standing around, grazing, trying to find an opportunity, yet not seizing the moment.
I was saying this is too easy. Should we take, are we still going to win it or should we let the competition go again?
slack down or we win. Some of the members in the red team are going slow, so we can draw the game. Oops. The reason for that is to take someone in our team. That someone will be Jefferson. When we looked aside, we saw the other team is too slow. So, look, like this thing can be done by only 3 people. We don't need more than 3 people to do this.
We need to decide what we're gonna do. At the moment, we are winning.
Yeah, because I can do this by myself, you know.
Yeah, all of us can do it by ourselves. But then it's not gonna be a team effort.
Yeah, you're right.
You understand? And the judgment, whether we win or lose.
It's my 4th time,
yeah.
So let's just... We decided to cut the go slow and carry on with the mission. Just complete everything with our hearts and just carry on. Next time we can think about a nice strategy to vote Jefferson out.
How's it going, guys? So how far are you guys from the end, from finishing, from completing?
Get another 4 more beams in the structure at the top, and then we need to cover it.
Okay.
I'd say 60% done.
All right.
Yeah.
And would you say you're winning this thing?
We are definitely winning this. Well, looking at them, we are currently in the lead because we have that.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, Black Squad, skip on Bafwetu. How's the progress?
We're about 3/4 of the way there because once we're done with this part, I think we just have to drill at the top and then we'll just put a few beams at the top.
This one
So I think we just beyond the halfway mark on this.
And you are winning this thing.
That's how we feel right now, yeah.
Nice one. Time is ticking though, guys.
My earlier frustration was miscommunication, everyone trying to lead. When I told the team that we're electing 2 people to voice themselves and lead the pack.
Just to check control.
Yeah.
Check the 2 people go back. In the beginning, Jonathan actually controlled the drill much better than Jefferson did. You know, and then there was a time where Jefferson felt, you know, that Jonathan wasn't working hard. I mean, not doing it right. And I think that was the second instance, but there was a time where some of the assistants actually had to show Jefferson how to use the drill. So when he took it from Jonathan the first time, he couldn't even do it. He didn't do a better job than Jonathan, and that did kind of slow us down as well. Obviously, he's the type of guy that feels that he needs to carry the mental. He wants to be in the battlefield. He wants to be up front. And I mean, sometimes that could also count to a person's, not your benefit, but your like it's a disadvantage sometimes.
Yes, boy! I had to take charge of the drill because the guys were just slacking with the momentum.
I think we relaxed. At some stage when we realized that we were ahead, we then tended to relax.
Isikhathi sesidliwe yinja madoda, but both teams have picked up the pace.
Bring the range.
Okay, no. Come on, put it in.
The grind box was incredibly difficult to put together, and we put together our ramp. That was pretty much myself and Scott.
If we can grasp the teamwork, we'll definitely succeed. However, if we don't get it now and get the momentum going, we're going to be in judgment.
That's it. We got up, we checked the grind box. It was done. Looked over, and unfortunately, we were light years ahead of the guys.
3, 2, 1.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the Black Squad as the winning squad.
That's right.
Winning is always a great feeling because you won, you've got that feeling of success and winning, and that's a feeling that I think you can't entirely get used to.
Just take us through the game plan. Like, what was your formula to win this trial?
You must first get the rhythm, how it actually is done. Yeah. And then my foreman there was taking us through how it's done. So thanks, Scotty.
It's fun. It's you know, I've always mentioned before that, you know, it seems as if Scotty is the lucky charm here. Without Scotty in a team, the team just loses. What's your take on that, man?
I don't know. I'm so happy.
Well done, Black Squad. Let me go reveal the bad news to the other team.
Just be careful there, they'll punch you.
Okay, hold on, Red Squad. Unfortunately, you guys didn't make it. You are the losing squad. The Black Squad are now confirmed as the winners of this trial. Okay, what went wrong?
Just a little bit of rocky miscommunication between us. We kind of lost our pace a little bit, but we regained it. But we've been dropping the ball here and there. Jonathan was doing excellent leadership skills. I was assisting him. But yeah, unfortunately, we're just a slower team today.
Captain of the losing squad, you can't be a happy man.
Losing, definitely not. But I had a great team working. Actually thought that for over half of what we were doing, we were in front. Just like Jefferson said, maybe we were just slacking, like bit by bit.
Okay, gents, because this is for the community, you guys must still continue to complete your tasks. For now, I'll go join the Black Squad as they test their new skate park. I'll leave you to it. Good luck, boys.
Angazi kwenzakaleni la hayi. It's like ibuhlungu le ndawo lena ngoba bengicabanga ukuthi besiphambili. Yabona. So ngizwa manje lenye team seyamemeza awu ngiyabheka ngithi hayi no man gents wonke kusalungile.
The Black Squad get time to test the new skate park with the young skateboarders of Gugulethu.
Apart from winning, the most rewarding thing right now was to actually see the guys test driving what we just built. It was an awesome feeling. The way they're really enjoying it, that's just amazing. I feel like a superhero right now.
Abantu abahlabela abantu abakwazi udlala bangadlala endleleni bakhishwa zimoto. So ndiyavuya kakhulu. Ngizathi namanje ndize apha ndikhomba ba nje abantu bedlala phana besafe abanye kungenxa yami.
I guess everyone's vote will be based on whoever they feel maybe didn't perform well in this task, or for whatever reasons, could be strategic. We've seen that happen in past judgments, that guys are voted for strategic moves. So I don't know. It's for everyone to worry about their vote and me to worry about mine.
Back at the hotel, Ufadin, the odd man out, gets bad news.
So
what happened?
Bro, you got a judgment.
Oh, shit.
Fourth time a judgment now, eh? 4 in a row, bro.
It will be 3 in a row for me.
There's something in this game that we should have all seen, and the fact that they chose Jeff on one side and Scotty on the other was already a game plan from their side. So they needed to split those two. And I think if the other team was up, Scotty would have been in problems. And I think maybe on the side, there's definitely a huge X sitting on myself and Jeff's back at this moment.
We made an agreement, not only as competitors, but as friends as well, irrespective of what team we are on, to stick together and really see each other through to like maybe hopefully the top 4, you know, if we don't get eliminated and blindsided.
My fears currently is that I have a bit of a target on my back, not only in terms of the unsteadiness in the pack, but as well as generally amongst all the contestants.
We gotta stick together.
Yeah.
We might be the 4 shortest guys, you know, but
we're strong.
We're strong.
We had a pack at the beginning. We all trusted the pack. That's including Bongs, Jonathan, and myself too. When Jefferson changed the pack, when he called us the spares, hearing from other people, and the way he selected the teams, that's when we saw that there is no pack anymore. You know, he's just calling us brothers, but we're not actually brothers anymore.
It's almost like now it's solo trial, squad trial, judgment. That's the sequence of things in my life. We're feeling a little vulnerable because there might be, you know, people who are gunning for one of us or both of us to go home. I think there's just too many schemes and stuff.
Jeff. Oh, it's happening bad.
Everyone is a pawn until it comes a time that they must be slayed.
2 of the weakest players were Q and H. Well, not so much H, more Q. It's kind of like a lost sheep.
Yep.
Trying to execute, yet failing to execute. His energy was just too slow and lagging.
Myself, Jeff, and Tebs. Probably looking at either Q or H, one of the two. Hopefully James and Jono looks at the same. More James, I'm hoping. Less Jono, to be honest with you. And as far as Q and H goes, they're going to obviously go whichever way for either myself or Jeff.
So what's today's game plan, basically?
Q. He was the weakest link in the team. Think about it, he was walking around all the time, man.
Yeah.
And he was like, all over the place.
Yeah. Well, worst case scenario in judgment tonight could be the guys falling into House's trap via the questions and becoming emotionally unstable and having them to swing their votes in another way other than what we have planned.
Let's just hope Jonathan and James doesn't. Well, you see, this is what I'm worried about because
Implode, you
this
know?
is where, but this is James's chance.
Yeah, for redemption.
If I go home, you know where it's going. If you
Yeah.
go home, you know where. Because at this point, I think we're probably the two biggest X. We're like the degeneration X.
Yeah. It's funny, but it's scary.
Crazy. It's scary.
Gentlemen, welcome to the judgment. As the losing squad, one of you will be voted out of the Bar 1 Manhunt. Each of you will cast a vote for the person you feel did not live up to the expectation of a Bar 1 man. At this point, Jono is the squad captain with amnesty. However, he will have an opportunity to give up his amnesty before we start voting. Once voting is done, all will be revealed, and the person with the highest amount of votes